My cam footage looks terrible. How unprofessional. With just a few simple and easy steps, you can take your image from weak to FLEEK. Howdy, I am Jeff Crawford, and today we're going to venture into making your webcam footage better for all those important meetings. But first, let's discuss the difference between webcam and cell phone footage. A cell phone is made up of minuscule parts, very small, tiny parts that don't offer the same power that a laptop or a desktop would provide. And that can make your images look antiquated, kind of old, glitchy, poor, if you will, and not to mention laggy. So when you can, always use a hardwired networked connection, but if you need to use a cell phone, please make sure to use it in a horizontal manner. So like this, not like this. Now, with that public service announcement out of the way, let's talk about making your footage pop. Webcams require a few things to function adequately. They need lots and lots of light. But not that much light. They need a good amount of contrast between the subject, you, and your background. They also benefit from unique positions, not just to a flat wall behind you. And finally, they need help in the audio department, which we'll discuss a little bit later. One of the key ingredients to sharpening your webcam footage is lighting. Here are some key tips. Many cinematographers cannot stand natural lighting. Many times you rely on the sun to be out and shining, and then a cloud pops up and your set is bathed in gray light. This tends to happen frequently. Try to eliminate natural light as much as possible. When on a budget, using different and inexpensive lighting sources will really help you to up your game. Those in the indie film world rely really heavily on lights in the room that they can manipulate. This can be difficult for filmmaking, but it works great when you have a Zoom studio setup. One example of an inexpensive light is a clamp lamp. For a variety of reasons, using these allows someone to temporarily have light from a source when they need it. A good variety of wattages can be used in these, but LED is highly preferred. LED gets less hot and still provides the right amount of lumens, or brightness, to your scene. If you find that your light is too bright, which you should always shoot for, then you can dampen the LED with parchment paper, or just plain paper clamped onto the edges of the cone. The best method of placing your lights really depends on the areas you're using for your meetings. Consider the 3-point method. A light above you, or a key light, a dimmer light, which is beside you, or a highlight fill light, depending on how you want to call it, and then a background light, or a backlight, something to light your background. If there's ample lighting in the room, you may not need a backlight, but it does help for contrasting you to your background. The backlight should always be much dimmer than your other lights, which brings us to the background. Your background is vital to the representation of you, so try to keep your background looking sharp, organized, and darker than you. Consider where you're going to point your webcam to make the scene different. Not pointing it at a flat wall opens you up to a broad range of possibilities, but make sure to clean up that area. It's been said more than 1,000,000 times that audio is 70% of a motion picture. Investing in an inexpensive mic for your audio can be a lifesaver. The audio that comes from the webcam mics, laptop mics, and even cell phones are atrocious. There are remedies for each of those, including cell phones. But since we're talking computers, I will instead tout the benefits of a USB lavalier microphone. Inexpensive versions of pretty great mics exist at places like Amazon. The Fifine mic is the one I use. For under $20, you cannot go wrong. It works with both Mac and PC, is easy to set up, and also easy to configure. Is it Hollywood-style audio? No, absolutely not. But will it do the job you need it to do for a Zoom call? Absolutely. And since it's going directly into your computer, there's no need to plug in additional equipment to get really good sound. Many people use a lav mic on their lavalier, hence the name. This works fine as it picks up the audio very well and is designed to be used at that point on your chest. Another possibility is to clamp the mic onto something that is elevated nearest to you, such as a desk clamp. No matter what though, you need to ensure the tip of the mic has enough clearance and is close enough to you so that you can be heard. Most importantly, audio is the one thing that people will get from you depending on your connection. If your video drops out, audio is what remains. And there you have it. Several methods for cleaning up your webcam footage to make you a shining star at your next class, meeting, or even interview. I wish you well in everything that you do. If you liked what you saw here, make sure to mash on that like and subscribe buttons. And check out more helpful videos.